Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Larler, and today we're going to be talking about how to create a friend group whenever you don't have any friends. This was me for a long time because of health reasons and bad mental health. I literally didn't have any friends for maybe 3 or 4 years, and it was really difficult, but at the same time I wasn't really allowing myself opportunities to have friends. And I know there are a lot of situations where you just don't have friends for some reason, and it's really hard trying to figure out how to kind of do that and how to have any friends at all. And I think there are a lot of people who don't have like a 9-to-5 job where they have a lot of people that they interact with on a daily basis, and you might be kind of isolated and it's really hard to find friends and friend groups. So hopefully this video will help you, and it's kind of based on my experience as well, so hopefully this tips help. Before I go into the tips, I want to mention that I understand that there are some people who can't really get out very much, or they are very isolated, they live very far away from any social activities, and I just want to acknowledge that I know that there are certain situations where you can't do a lot of the stuff that I'm going to suggest, and either because of a disability or you just live too far away from anywhere that has anything to do. So in that case, I would suggest trying to find internet communities and online friends. I do feel like finding online friends is a whole nother video topic, so I might have that as another video. Yeah, let's just get into the video at hand. First tip for creating a friend group, you need to find a creative hobby that you really like. If you are trying to find friends and you have no friends and you don't know where to start, most people meet each other from common interests. And if you don't have a hobby, I suggest picking one. There's painting, drawing, mini painting, dancing. There's so many things, and once you pick the thing that you like to do, there's most likely a community nearby that also likes doing that kind of stuff, and you can meet them that way. But if you don't have a creative hobby, I feel like it'll be much more difficult to meet people and create friend groups, because you have to kind of go out there and find people who like to do the same things as you to be able to create those friendships and relationships. Second tip, try to find or create a D&D game in your area. A lot of not really small cities will have game shops or tabletop game shops, and they will host events for tabletop games, deck games, and D&D. And like one that's semi-local to me, they do like D&D like dungeon crawls like every Saturday, I think, and you just go and you play with a bunch of strangers. And I haven't actually done that, but I feel like that would be a good way if you want to maybe start D&D and you didn't have any friends. That would be a good way to meet up. Definitely try to find a D&D group. I feel like D&D really helps bring people together, and it's good at creating really strong friendships. If you don't have like a game shop or something like that, there are also sometimes, if you look on Facebook, there are local D&D Facebook groups where people are looking for people to play in their game or to create a game with them. Yeah, I would definitely look for something like that. On a side note, this isn't like a full point, but it's more just like an idea of something you can do. Live action role playing, like the area I'm in is kind of rural and doesn't have a lot of stuff. Even the place I live in has some live action role playing or LARPing opportunities. I haven't done that because that seems a little bit intense, but if you're into D&D and playing games and stuff like that and you're adventurous, I suggest maybe looking up if you have any LARPing communities in your area, because if you're into that kind of stuff, I think that would be a really great way to meet new people. And just playing games in general, or finding a game store or a tabletop store in your area where they have game events in general of different tabletop games. Next point, and this is actually my top tip for creating friend groups and friends. This is the way that I have created most of my friends recently, is look in your area for different types of classes that you'd be interested in. That would be painting, sculpting, acting, mini figure painting, or improv classes. Find something that you really like to do that's fun and something that you would like to improve your skills in, and then look online to see if there are any classes in your area. A lot of times there will be like painting and wine classes, or there'll be classes where they take you through painting a specific thing. In my local area we have a figure drawing group, which I would like to go to sometime. I haven't got to go to yet. And also I also attend improv classes, which is super fun. On the topic of classes, I have a few recommendations. Definitely, even if you're not into acting or anything like that at all, I really suggest taking improv classes, because you don't have to want to perform improv to take improv classes. They help with your communication, they help with your confidence, they help you kind of let go and realize that you're just a human and everyone else is a human, and we're all just trying to be a human, and it's made me feel confident about like speaking my own opinion and being okay with being wrong. And so I definitely recommend that to people, especially with people who have social anxiety. It's really helpful. And also art classes. I know not everyone is into art, but just like being in a community that is creating something, I feel like is such a positive thing, and I feel like creates a lot of opportunities for creating friendships. And finally, this last tip is kind of hard, especially if you don't live very close to any major cities, but if you really can't find anything that you're interested in, like you can't find a group or a class or something, you could start something yourself. You know, you could start a D&D group, you could start a painting group, you could start a quilting group, whatever you're into. If you really feel like there isn't something for you, I recommend that. I think that would be great, but it is a little bit harder because, you know, once someone else takes that first step to create something, it's easier to join in. But if you really feel passionate about a topic, I suggest doing that. And my very last tip is Facebook. Everyone knows that Facebook is terrible, but there are a very few things that is really helpful, especially when you're looking for friends, IRL friends. First of all, look at Facebook groups, local Facebook groups, because a lot of times they'll have events and classes and stuff in your area. And also be up to date on Facebook events, because Facebook will recommend to you specific kinds of events like art events or like acting events or something, and you can look through the events and see something that you think would be right up your alley or really interesting. That's how I've found a lot of the things that I've done recently. And yeah, I think that was all my tips for you guys. Hopefully this was helpful. If it was, you can give me a like and subscribe and check out my Instagram and Twitter down below. Hopefully you could understand me with my cold. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.